In the previous lecture, we have seen the theoretical concepts related to state, state variables, state model, basics of selection of state variables, either physical variables or canonical variables or phase variables, derivation of transfer function from state model. Now, in this lecture, we will be discussing on the problems on state model. The first problem is solve the state and output equations of the electrical network shown in figure. We know that whenever an electrical network is given to us, it can be solved by two methods. One is mesh analysis, nodal analysis, and another one is using the network theorems. Now, we need to solve the state and the output equations. The input is voltage provided in the first part of the circuit, and the output to be inferred is across the resistor R1. The solution: first step, we need to infer the various currents flowing across the components in the electrical network. The current I1 is flowing across the resistor, inductor L1, and the net current I1 minus I2 flows across the capacitor C, and I2 current flows through the inductor L2 and the resistor R1. There are two meshes in the circuit. The current in the first mesh is I1 and the current in the second mesh is I2. This is the first mesh and this is the second mesh. Apply KVL to the loops 1 and 2. If we apply the KVL to the loops 1 and 2, we get this is loop 1 and this is loop 2. Minus L1 di1 divided by dt minus Vc plus E1 is equal to 0. From this, rearrange the equation. We get di1 divided by dt is equal to minus 1 divided by L1 into Vc plus 1 divided by L1 into E1. Similarly, for the second mesh, we get minus L2 di2 divided by dt minus I2 R1 plus Vc is equal to 0. From this, di2 divided by dt is equal to 1 divided by L2 into Vc plus R1 divided by L2 into I2. Similarly, the current which is flowing through this capacitor is given by I1 minus I2 is equal to C into d Vc divided by dt. From this, dVc divided by dt can be written as 1 divided by C into I1 minus 1 divided by C into I2. The voltage across the resistor R1 is given by E2 is equal to I2 into R1. Now we have obtained 4 equations. Equation number 1 is the mesh equation for the first circuit. Equation number 2 is the mesh equation for the circuit 2. And equation number 3 is the current equation across the common element between the mesh 1 and 2. And equation 4 will be the output equation. Now select the variables. Input variable, output variable and the state variables. Input variable is the input voltage which is applied to the system. That is E1. And output is E2 across the resistor R1. Now we have to define the state variables. How to define the state variables? There are 2 physical variables, current and voltage, which vary with time. Resistor, inductor and capacitor has the values resistance, inductance and capacitance. They are constants. They do not vary with time. So the physical variables current and voltage are chosen as the state variables. The current I1, the current I2 and the voltage across the capacitor are chosen as the state variables. The current I1 is taken as the first state and the current I2 is taken as the second state, and the differentiation of the current I1 and I2 leads to the voltage across the capacitor, that is inferred as the state variable 3. Using the notations in the equations 1, 2, 3 and 4, we get x1 dot, x2 dot and x3 dot and the output equation. Just correlate with the previous equations 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now substitute the state variables, output variable and input variable in equations 1, 2, 3 and 4. We get x1 dot is equal to minus 1 divided by L1 into x3 plus 1 divided by L1 into u. Similarly, x2 dot and x3 dot are obtained. The output equation is given by y is equal to x2 into R2. Now we can write it in the generalized form as x dot is equal to a into x plus b into u, y is equal to c into x plus d into u, where a is the system matrix, b is the input matrix, c is the output matrix and d is the transmittance matrix. The input matrix is obtained from the equations x1 dot, x2 dot and x3 dot. Here the value of x1 and x2 are 0 and x3 is minus 1 divided by L1. So it is 0, 0 minus 1 divided by L1. Similarly, If you want to construct the second row, look into the second equation. Here the value of x1 is 0, x2 is there and x3 is there. The coefficient for x2 is minus R2 divided by L2 and the coefficient for x3 is 1 divided by L2. Hence, the second row is 0 minus R1 divided by L2, 1 divided by L2. And similarly, the third row is obtained from the third differential equation. x1 is there, x2 is there, x3 is 0. So it is 1 divided by c minus 1 divided by c and 0. Input matrix B. Here the input is available only for the first differential equation. For the second equation and the third equation, the input is not available. So, it is given as 1 divided by L1, 0 and 1. The output equation is given by 0, R1 and 0. Here, there is coefficient x1 is 0 and coefficient x2 is there, x3 is 0. So, it is 0, R1 and 0. And similarly, the matrix D is 0. There is no input variable in the output equation. If an electrical system or if a mechanical system is given to you, the first step is you have to identify the physical variables in the system. If an electrical network is given to you, you have to identify the number of meshes in the circuit or number of nodes in the circuit, what is the input and what is the output. And the second step will be listing out the mesh equations or nodal equations, and then third step will be selecting the state variables, input variables and output variables. After that, substitute the state variables, input variables and output variables in the equations. Generalize the state model.